Meet the dog shake-off, the curious phenomenon seen when water meets fur and soggy dogs turn into a fur missile, sprinkling water droplets everywhere. If you own a dog, you are likely very familiar with this phenomenon and have been lucky enough to have been offered an impromptu shower from your canine companion, just as you were about to dry him up with a bath towel. The classical shake will begin at the head and will gradually progress caudally towards the tail. To maintain balance, the front half of the dog and the back half of the dog will be rotating in opposite directions, explains board-certified veterinary behaviorist Dr. Bonnie V. Beaver in the book Canine Behavior Insights and Answers. A wet dog's body shaking scene never fails to generate smiles and chuckles, so much so that it has found its way into movies, commercials, and cartoons. But did you know that beneath the surface of this seemingly simple act lie many interesting facts? Let's take a closer look into a dog's full body shake and all its intricate dynamics, including physiological mechanisms, evolutionary adaptations, and social signals. Why do dogs shake off when wet? Your dog's shake-off is much more than a mere water-flinging ritual. If we think about it in terms of efficiency, the canine body shake is quite a fascinating adaptive mechanism. To better grasp an insight into this adaptive wonder, picture this. When an animal in the wild is wet, it faces the looming threat of hypothermia, especially in the presence of cold weather. Hypothermia is no joke in the wild. When the body loses heat faster than it can produce it, it can kill an animal fast. When wet fur loses its insulating properties, the body's core temperature quickly drops to dangerous levels, and the next thing you know, a cascading chain of events takes place. To add insult to injury, wet fur weighs more than dry fur. You may wonder, what's the big deal? Turns out, in the wild, where every extra ounce counts, carrying around a soggy extra pound of fur can make a difference. This is a significant loss of calories that could have been otherwise spent on maintaining a normal temperature or hunting for food. Yet, as dire as this scenario sounds, a dog's full-body shake saves the day and becomes a dog's superhero move. In a study published in the Journal of the Royal Society Interface, researchers Andrew K. Dickerson, Zachary G. Mills, and David L. Hugh unveil the magic behind the shake. By rapidly oscillating their bodies through a process similar to shivering, furry mammals can dry themselves within seconds, observe the researchers. Within just 1 to 4 seconds, dogs are 70% dry courtesy of their loose skin, which makes them even more efficient in shaking. This is important considering that a soaking wet 60-pound dog who ends up carrying 1 pound of water in its fur would use 20% of its daily caloric intake to simply air dry. A dog's shake-off is an ingenious survival tactic. It's efficient, prevents dogs from losing a good portion of energy reserve, and prevents dogs from being exposed to dangerous temperature drops which, in the wild, could quickly turn life-threatening. So, next time your dog shakes his fur, just marvel at the efficiency of this doggy rinse cycle, a spectacle crafted by evolution itself. Why do dogs shake off when they wake up? It's a common trend. Your dog wakes up from a nap, walks a few steps, and then engages in a quick full-body head-to-tail shake. What's that all about? In this case, there is no moisture to rinse out. So no, your dog isn't parting ways with excess water. Instead, Rover may be simply trying to bid farewell to anything that may have clung to his fur during his beauty sleep. Here's the thing. Prior to sleeping on sofas, couches, or fancy doggy beds, dogs slept in the great outdoors, making grassy knolls, earthy patches, and other natural surfaces their slumber domains. Despite the fact that dogs are domesticated and sleep on comfy surfaces, the instinct to indulge in a vigorous shake to ensure no unwelcomed hitchhikers such as dirt, awns, dust, or debris stuck to his coat has resisted the test of time. On top of removing any dirt and debris, there are also chances that the shake-off in this context takes on a refreshing note after a deep stretch as a way to awaken the muscles after a period of inactivity. Why do dogs shake off after you pet them or hug them? Interestingly, sometimes the shake-off happens when there is no need to dry the coat or evict some pesky irritant from the fur. This out-of-context body shake instead seems to often appear in reaction to somebody petting the dog or after the dog being hugged. Why is that? In this case, the shake-off is almost a figurative way of the dog shaking off some stress. It's a coping mechanism and the dog's version of a sigh of relief. If dogs could talk, the dog could be saying something along the terms of, "Phew, I'm glad that's finally over." While many people feel that dogs tolerate hugging well, some dogs find it threatening, Sadly, children get bitten by dogs because they try to hug the dog or approach them at eye level, points out board-certified veterinary behaviorist Dr. Valerie V. Tynes. If you notice a pattern of shaking off after a certain type of interaction, consider taking steps in the future to prevent putting your dog into situations where he feels uncomfortable. Why do dogs shake off after playing? When watching dogs play, you may notice one dog shaking off after playing for a few minutes. What does that mean? In such a context, it is possible that the dog is giving himself a break. Breaks during play are beneficial and are often referred to as the pause that refreshes. The shake-off may therefore be a sign that play got particularly rough or exciting, and the dog is shifting to calmer energy. It's as if they are pushing an imaginary reset button and moving on to the next situation. The behavior indicates that the dog is coming down off of adrenaline and moving into a thinking or responding state. This may feel comforting for other dogs in the area, explains Brenda Aloff in the book Canine Body Language, a photographic guide. Did you know? Shaking it off was found to lower a dog's pulse after a significant increase. It therefore plays an important role in a dog's homeostasis, according to the Dogfield study. Although this is a very interesting correlation, further studies are necessary to know for sure. Why do dogs shake off at random times? Sometimes dogs may shake off when we don't expect it, and we cannot identify a clear pattern. This can be because there is something very subtle going on, or there is a bodily sensation we can't identify. For example, some dogs will shake off after we remove their harness simply because they are releasing any tension or discomfort associated with feeling restrained, or they may be resetting their sensory perceptions since its removal may cause changes in the tactile sensation on the dog's fur and skin. The full body shake may also signal a transition from all the sensory stimulation associated with walks to relaxation. Dogs may also shake their bodies in response to other tactile sensations, such as when they feel some bug crawling on them or in response to an itch in their skin. Dogs who insist on shaking their head may be suffering from an ear infection or something may be lodged in their ear. If your dog is shaking his fur repeatedly for no particular reason, or he appears uncomfortable or in distress, it may therefore be best to play it safe and have your dog see the vet so as to rule out any underlying medical problems. We hope you enjoyed this video on dog shake-offs. Please like this video and subscribe for more fascinating dog discoveries.